In this video, we will show you how to replace your passenger side engine mount. Let's get started. Okay friends, it's time to get started on our job. To access the mount, which is located down under here, we're going to have to remove the coolant reservoir and slide it to the side. To relocate this, we're going to come right down underneath this corner and you'll find a 10mm headed bolt. Remove it. With that one mounting bolt out of there, you can carefully grab onto the reservoir, lift it straight up, and then we'll rest it off to the side. Down along this area here, you're going to have an area that it slides down into, so you have to lift it straight up. Once you have that out of the way, we're going to continue on with the power steering hose area. You'll notice on the smaller hose, you have a clamp that goes over it, holding it in place. And that's held together with an 8mm headed bolt. Remove the bolt and the top area of this clamp. Move along to relocating your power steering reservoir. To get this out of the area, you'll find that you have two mounting points, one here and one right behind it. All you need to do is carefully grab onto the reservoir, give it a little wiggle, and lift it straight up and out of its mounting points. Set that aside. Let's apply a little bit of pressure underneath our oil pan. Obviously, you want to be extremely careful not to damage it. Now we can start dismounting the mount from the engine. You'll find that you have two 18mm nuts holding it in place. It's common for the stud to come out with it. That's okay. Set that aside. Let's move along to this 15mm mounting nut. We're moving along to our last two mounting bolts for this. You'll find a 15mm along the front and one directly behind it, towards the rear of the mount. Remove your mount. There it is, friends. Okay, friends, let's get ready for our installation. Let's slide this into place. Continue on with your mounting nuts along the top. Once you have each of those in, continue on with your last mounting nut right down here. After you have all three mounting nuts installed, continue on with your two mounting bolts. One goes in the front, the other towards the rear. Now that we have all of our mounting hardware started, snug it up. Once you have each of them snug, continue on by torquing them. We'll torque the 3 along the outboard side here to 35 foot-pounds. Now we can torque each of these mounting nuts to 66 foot-pounds. Remove your engine support. Now we can start reattaching our power steering reservoir. You'll notice that on the reservoir itself, it has 3 little pitons with rubber grommets. Along the strut tower here, you're going to find 3 slots for those grommets to slide into, and then slide it down to lock it in position. Give it a wiggle to make sure it's secure. Now we can move along to resecuring our hose as well. Slide that hose into position. Time for the bracket. You'll notice on the bracket, you have one side with an area that protrudes out, and you have your mounting bolt hole. The area that needs to protrude out goes right along here, fits into a hole, and then you just bring this down and line up your mounting bolt hole. Once it's lined up, start in your mounting bolt and snug it up. Make sure your hose is secure. Now we can take the coolant reservoir and put it in position. Before we do, have a look at the backside here. You'll notice that you have a slotted area that needs to fit directly over this as you put it down into position. Line it up, slide it down over that. The next thing you want to do is line up your mounting bolt hole, start in the bolt, and snug it up. Okay friends, we fully installed our engine mount. At this point, go ahead and start up the vehicle. Make sure it doesn't feel as though the engine's shaking around at all. Assuming it feels good, go ahead and take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.